Good morning, good evening. So now we are ready to start. Again, all over the world, thank you guys for coming, for your interest. This workshop is devoted to our youth, our health, overall health, and it is called 5 Steps to Your Youth. Each class will be about certain quality, certain property of your tissues, of your ligaments, of your tendons. What I'm talking about: plasticity, flexibility, mobility, strength, fluidity. Today we're going to work on our flexibility. I think that when you think about the word flexibility, you think about leg split or something crazy in different poses in yoga or Pilates. No, flexibility is your ability, the ability of your tendons and tissues and ligaments to lengthen and to come back, to keep this nice tension, and to make any movement of your everyday life as easy as is possible. Leg split is not the natural, it's not the good range of motion, it's not the sign of your health. It is only the sign. I've trained it, that's why I've gained it, but it's not the top level of flexibility. There are just moves we're going to start today, which I will tell you, you need to be able to do this. This is the normal range of flexibility. You need to be able, first of all, to sit on your sitting bones and to keep your legs straight. You need it. This is the functional, the healthy level of flexibility of your posterior line and your anterior line. You need to be able to find your sitting bones, to put your pelvis in neutral position, and to keep this alignment from your tailbone till the top of your head. This is natural, but the leg split is not natural. It depends on the structure of your hip joint. It depends on the level of your physical performance. You don't need it, but you need to be able to sit with straight legs. You need to be able to grab your feet with rounded spine. We are not here to make gymnastics. I don't need your lumbar spine to be super extended. It should be flexed, just to grab your toes. This is the healthy way you're dealing with your body, and we will try to work on it. The same with your position on your back. You need to be able to lift your leg and to touch your toes. That's it. And the opposite one. That's it. So today we're going to work on flexibility. And as you know, I am against passive flexibility. So we won't stay in one position for a long time, like 3-5 seconds maximum. So V position. If you cannot, if your current fitness level is that you cannot keep your legs straight, bend your knees, but find your sitting bones, bend your knees, and we're gonna start right now. We're gonna work in 3D. Like, imagine that you're a 3D model. We have 3 plane of motions, and we're going to work. We have our midline, we have our lateral lines, we can rotate. We're going to use all these capabilities of our body to work on our flexibility. Let's go. Bended knees or straight legs, depending on what is your current level. My palm just in the line with my pelvis, with my hips, and I'm using my own arms to lengthen my lateral lines. So my elbow goes down and the opposite arm make this nice stretching of the lateral line. Like you are trying to reach with your elbow to the mat and with your arm to make such form. So, but you may stay in your range of motion, what I'm going to ask you to do, to keep your glute on the mat, on the surface you're sitting. So we are not lifting it up, we're keeping it on the mat, and we're just thinking about lengthening the lateral line from glute till your fingers, and the opposite side. Take your time, feel this nice lengthening. We're gonna make 10 times. 4, and like you really feel that you're putting your glute on the surface, and you're dragging your whole body, your torso, and you're increasing the distance between your shoulder and your hip, your shoulder and your hand. So let's be nice to ourselves. Take your time. We don't need here to make it as much as possible, I mean reps, but we need to feel the lengthening, and this is your flexibility, your lengthening and your range of motion, and you keep your legs straight if you can. So let's make 2 more times, and this is the frontal plane, by the way, frontal plane. Now we're gonna add one additional plane, transverse plane. You're gonna rotate and flex your spine and help with your hand to go down to the mat, but with rounded spine, and you can even put your pelvis, just tuck your tailbone in to help your lumbar spine get more flexed, and you will feel that we are working on posterior chain, just a little bit, posterior tilt of your pelvis. And come back. So frontal plane and then transverse plane, yeah. Like you're making crunch here. You're rounding, you're putting your belly to your lumbar spine. Like you have belly button. When you're flexing your spine, imagine that you're pushing it into the spine. Don't forget, first of all, frontal plane and then transverse plane. Great. 2 more times here. So we are working on our torso in 3D. Great motion. It was our torso, our spine moving with our shoulders and our arms lying. Now, V position, we stay in V position. Again, it depends on your current capabilities and your current range of motion and flexibility. You can make it wider, you can make it narrower. So, I will make it just in the central neutral position for me, not too much, not too close. And what I'm going to show you and I'm going to ask you to do, make rotation with one leg. Just you're trying to put your ilium bone, the direction is forward and to the mat, and you will feel this rotation and you will feel this nice tension in your glute muscle. So you're lifting up one glute and you're rotating the leg, and you feel even tension in your abdominal muscles because you need to make rotation. Nice. You can help with your hands on the mat. If it is V for beginners, in any case, you will feel this nice rotation, and with time, make it wider and rotate. 5-10 times will be more than enough, but you should feel the whole range of motion. Control. We are not doing it too fast. You won't feel anything, but you're just... It's a joyful motion, like motion is a lotion. So you're hydrating your tissues while moving your bones in your joints. Nice. And now we're gonna add more motion to this rotation. I put my hand and I am pushing myself forward and helping with my hand to lengthen the whole line. You will feel the glute, the shoulder, the arm, and you will lean forward. What I feel the tension in the glute, which is on the mat. I feel this nice rotation, and I feel my torso helping me to go forward, to lean forward. Make it easy, but feel each motion like you're trying to reach, to take something. Just the bottle of water, you're trying to grab it. Imagine you're a kid whose motivation for movement is just the surrounding. Your kid is so interested. What is happening there? In this angle, I want to take this toy. Take it. And once you grab it, tag it. This is what I mean while I'm talking about keeping the tension and taking the control over the movement. Great motion. From this position, it's a movement flow, movement sequence. One movement comes from the previous one to the next one. So we have V position. Now we're gonna make this parallel position of our legs, banded or straight, it depends. You take your arms just in the center of your chest. You can make it, just take your elbows or hand to hand, and please try to repeat. You're pushing your leg and you're putting your shin outwards. Then come back. Then you're pushing your leg and put your knee. It's not obligatory to put your knee, but we need to make this motion, the direction. So, 1, 2, the opposite side. 1, 2. So you shift the weight to put your knee and your shin outward. And then you're putting more weight to put your knee. These are just observe what's happening. In order to put my knee, I need to lift up my glute in this position. But in the opposite position, when I want to flex my inner thigh, I need to put more weight on the knee to put it on the mat. So we are working on flexibility of your legs and mobility of your hip joint. It is impossible to work on flexibility and not to work on mobility, because any flexibility is the range of motion in your joints and this tension and lengthening among your joints. It happens because your muscles attached to your bones in each of your joints are starting to contract and to relax, and they're working in a symphony, and you're doing, I'm counting for you, we need just to work on hip joint now on the leg line. So one more time from each side. It really helps. It's not easy even for me, not because I'm not trained enough, you see that I'm trained enough, but this level of control and this motion happening in hip joint, we never use it, we never do this, and we should do. It's like the maintenance of our joints on everyday basis. Now I'm going to show you really difficult move, but you should try the beginner version. Let's go. You put your leg, just try to find the appropriate position. You take it, you grab it with the opposite hand, and now what you're doing, and you're putting the opposite one on your head, and what you're doing, you have your shoulder. You try to reach with your shoulder to your knee of the straight leg. 1, 2, and you will feel the lengthening. And I will ask you to keep the tension in this straight leg and to keep the position of the elbow. So we do not do this, we're just keeping it in one line with your lateral line. This version is for beginners. The advanced version will look like this. Shin, knee. So, more range of motion, more flexibility, but the movement is the same. So, the advanced version, you do the same. You're just lengthening the lateral line, and you will feel your abdominal muscles because you have to come back. Great motion. So, remind you, you're doing 10 times minimum. This is the beginner version. This is the advanced version. Let's do 5 more times here, and we will switch the side. Great. Now we're switching the side. You remember, please, the beginner version, crisscross, one leg, one arm, one leg, straight leg, and you're putting your shoulder to your knee. Even if you cannot, you can bend both knees, and I need you to keep this nice lengthening and tension. So you're pushing, it's not like your arm is relaxed. You feel this tension because you need to put your shoulder, and to help yourself more, you can push outwards. You can push your knee, the bended one, outwards, and it will be much more. You will feel the nice tension of your inner thigh of this leg. So the advanced version you're putting your knee down and do the same motion. Let's make it like 4 times more. If you think that it's about flexibility, yes, but we cannot make any motion without muscles engagement. That's why it's really a great work for your abdominal muscles. That's why I like dynamic stretching, because it's not like sitting in split position. It doesn't work, but we're working on our muscle contraction and relaxation also. Great motion. Now, I will ask you, we will stay in the same position, we need it, and it will be difficult, but we will try. So, as far as you remember, we made rotations here. Now, we need to make the opposite rotation to balance our torso, because we've been working like here. Now we need the opposite rotation. How it looks like? The beginner version. So you grab your shin any place you can. So it was crisscross like here. Now you change the side. You put your hand and you make the opposite rotation, and your elbow is trying to make it like here, but it depends on your current flexibility. You may stay here, and then with time you will go more and more, and you will be able to make a nice rotation with your torso. But now be careful, and now you're trying the same motion, your elbow to your mat, just the direction, and with time you will be able to make it deeper. This is the beginner version. The advanced version, you put your knee, you grab your foot, and you're going 1, 2. So you see the difference. It was just beginner version and advanced version. Advanced version means that you can keep your legs straight, you can grab your toes, and you're going with your elbow down. And here you're doing the same, but you don't have enough mobility and flexibility, and you're trying to develop it, and you're starting with this motion, and with time you will be able to keep your legs straight and go down, then to push it to make more space and to go deeper and deeper. So flexibility, it's not about the genetic predisposition. It's about your maintenance of your body and the way you use it. If you do not use your body in certain positions, in certain planes of motion, that's why you cannot you cannot do this rotation because you have never done it. But with time, you will be able to go deeper, your tendons and ligaments become more flexible, and you will be able to do the whole motion. Remind you, grab your foot is just the healthy range of motion. Let's switch the side. It was my left leg straight, now it's my right leg straight. So you put it anywhere as you can, you bend it. I'm showing the advanced version. So this position is advanced. This position is beginner. This position is total beginner. And you start 1, 2, 3, total beginner. 5, 6, 7, up level beginner, and advanced 8, 9, 10. Just 3 levels. You can do it. You can do it easily if you start working on everyday basis. And here it is the position. But I don't want you to stay in this position for a long time just to make it deeper, deeper, deeper. I want you to stay in motion. So that's why we're going down and up, down and up. And it's a great work for our abdominal muscles. Why I have strong core? Not because I'm doing crunches and plank position. No, I'm doing this, let's say, movement stuff on my flexibility and mobility, and it really helps me. Great motion. Let's take a sip of water, and I think we are ready to change the position. We were sitting on the mat. Now I'm going to ask you, so if you have problems with your knees, put something soft under your knees. Now, your hands are under your shoulder joints. Your knees are under your hip joints. And here I'm going to ask you to push yourself backward and forward as much as you can. And here what is important and interesting is the position of the shoulder blades. You're not pushing it backwards or forward too much. You're not pushing it up or down too much. So find nice position, take the mirror, look. You need to see your long neck. You need to stay active. What does it mean active? Your fingers. Activation means that you push. You push into the mat, you push into the floor, you keep your fingers straight as much as it's possible, and you engage your core in this position, and you're going backward and forward, backward and forward. And now what is important for me to work on flexibility of your posterior anterior chain. That's why we will make here several times just to prepare our body. You should feel nice tension in your lower belly. Like your belly button goes to your lumbar spine, you should feel it. And now I'm gonna take one knee. You see, when I'm going forwards, I'm lifting one knee and moving it to my wrist. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. If you cannot, don't grab it. Just keep it on the floor and move. Like you're sliding forward and backward. If you can, lift your knee and move. So this is our flexibility with our control of motion and our strength, because now we're working on our deep core muscles, our shoulder muscles, and our spine. Great motion. Now you will stand and you will feel what's happening in your hip region. Just keep it 180 degree and keep nice alignment. And your hands. Nice. And try to repeat this motion. You're just pushing one hand up and one hand down, and you make this nice lateral tilt in your spine, like I'm taking your hand, and you're making the half circle. 1, oof, 2. Just your finger touch or doesn't touch, but is trying to touch the floor. And you're not bending yourself. Like there is a wall in front of you and behind, and you're just making these half circles with your hands. Again, you're in control of your middle line and you're moving your lateral lines. Great motion, you repeat, I'm showing, and you try to feel everything. Oh, you can feel nice motion. So, now we are ready for next position. We are ready to stay on our feet and to do like the same. We're gonna use what we have been working on. So we have been working on flexibility and mobility. Why do we need it? We need it to make everyday movements. The main and basic everyday movement is walking. That's why we need to work on the strength of our legs and our glutes unilaterally, because every step is standing on one leg and pushing the weight to the opposite one forward. That's why now you're making wide split position and you're controlling your midline, the line of your pelvis. So you're not rotating it, not externally, not internally. You have this line which is parallel to the floor, and you keep it, your ilium bones. Not here, not here. So without me, when you will repeat this class, please stand behind the mirror and control the position. Bend your knee, bend your knee. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna spread your arms, you're gonna push the weight and try to stand on one leg, and then come back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back. You bend a little bit your knee, your hip joint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back. Beginner version. Advanced version. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back. Your knee is in the line of your second and third toe. You're not. So, if you see yourself in the mirror, this position is wrong. This position is wrong. Second and third toe. So, you're putting your weight on one leg, you're lifting the opposite one, and you're standing. And you are controlling your knee. Your knee hurts because you don't have enough muscle mass in your legs and in your glutes. You don't have enough strength in your core muscles. And these IT band, which goes from your glute, your medius gluteus, this is your, from your glute to your knee, this one IT band, it is super tense. It has lost its flexibility. That's why we need to strengthen here and here and to lengthen here. What we are doing. Let's repeat. Advanced. Several seconds and come back. Your pelvis neutral position, your knee bended, you push your weight, you feel your weight on the padded area of your foot, you make a little hip hinge, you're leaning forward, you're keeping your lumbar spine in neutral position, and you stay here for several seconds. Main mistake, no. Neutral position, hip hinge, arms spreaded. Let's make several times here. I'm counting like 3-4 seconds, and then I'm coming back. All the tension you should feel is here, here, and here, because you need to control the position of your knee. One last time on my right leg, and we will switch the side. This is This movement I'm doing every day. So, split position, spreaded legs, bended knee. You're just moving forward to put all the weight on your standing foot. And you're making a hip hinge. You're staying on one leg, 3-4 seconds, come back, come back. And this is the beginner version. You're trying to control your knee. If you see that you're doing internal rotation, nope. Try to put each of your toe looking forward, your knee looking in the same direction as the second and third toe, and you're standing, and you're coming back. And the advanced version, so I'm losing my control, my balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why we're spreading your hands? Just to find the right balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're coming back. So, the beginner version. The great move for the strength. The great move that engages your legs muscles, your glutes muscles, and this is your bands. You need to lengthen, to keep it, and to come back. So this is the resistant band. Stretching, and this is called elastic recoil, when you're keeping the energy and releasing it. It's so important. That's why we are not doing flexibility, for crazy, beautiful forms. We are doing flexibility for being able to walk, to run, and to live. So, please, spread your arms, lie on your back, and your knees, push your knee into your knee, and you keep so you're lifting up your heels and you're standing on the tip of your toes and push your knee into knee. And it will be motion, side to side. But what I'm going to ask you to do, to keep the position of your knees. So if you're going on one side and this is happening, it's okay, but you won't feel what I want you to feel. So keep this pressure, keep your knees in one line and go one side, keep it. If you keep it in one line, you will feel nice tension. Oof. So let's say my right leg, we are going on the left, and I am keeping the position of my knees. And now I feel nice tension along the right lateral part of my torso. So it is not easy. If you're trying to keep your knees in one line and you're pushing knee into knee, this becomes not only just rotation and stretching, it will be a nice work for your abdominal muscles. Again, abdominal muscles. If we're working on our torso, if we're moving our pelvis, it's all about abdominal muscles and, wow, deep core muscles. So, staying on one line, on one side, just try this left leg, left arm. I'm putting it. I'm just making rotation, half circle, several times. Like you're engaging your upper body. And then left side, right arm. Nice. Several times. Just stay in this position. It's not about hard working, it's about control and fluidity, which we will work on during our next classes. But as I hope you have already understood, any motion our body is capable of is possible only if you use all 5 qualities of your body. You cannot run, jump without these 5 qualities. You cannot even sit up and stand up without these 5 qualities. I hope you liked it. I hope you did it. I hope that you will, once you will watch the recording, you will make it. It just took about 25 minutes. 25 minutes. It was my intro for about 5 minutes and 25 minutes of the class. What I recommend to make this maintenance of your joints, and that means to move every day, morning or evening, it depends. And if you do not have time, you need to make it. We are all independent adults. We control our life, we control our time. You may find 20 minutes, but you need to do it every day from Monday till Sunday without any vacations and holidays. Because when I move in the morning, I cannot do a lot of movements. After sleeping for 8 hours, I'm losing my flexibility right after I woke up. I need to bring it back. I need to drink water, and movement for my body is drinking water. I cannot imagine how can I wake up and not to drink water. The same is with the movement. It's easy. I gave you very easy motions in 3 planes of motions, in 3 dimensions. But what makes them super beneficial for you is your brain when you start controlling, when you're not just repeating without understanding, but first you understand and then you do it. You repeat, and with time, as I've explained you will be able to increase your range of motion, to increase your plasticity, and to do basic moves, not the moves yoga is selling you or Pilates is selling you, just basic natural moves. We're gonna meet tomorrow. Keep in mind that you will get the access to the recordings of each class on lifetime basis. Now we are making the recording. We will download it to our app and you will see it in your personal account there on Get Course. So I hope that it was great. And just to remind you, we don't need extra stuff. Our body is our fitness equipment, and we're working on the bone level. So if you have time, you can just Google the picture of the skeletal to see what's happening while we were moving, to see how your pelvis looks, to see how your spine looks, to better understand what I'm talking about. Thank you for coming. We're gonna meet tomorrow.